Previously on the Josh Zodiac podcast.
Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
You like that pause,
Nicholas Hoult. You know what? Bravo to the best Lex Luthor we've ever had. Gene Hackman, you were good for your time. Very mediocre compared to Nicholas Hoult. Jesse Eisenberg, shut up. You were never Lex Luthor. You were never Lex Luthor.
Don't forget Kevin Spacey. He actually was a pretty decent
Kevin Spacey was a decent Lex, yes. But Nicholas Hoult, holy fucking shit. My God, this man, the way he was so maniacal and just so evil.
Yeah.
Like,
a comic book accurate Lex Luthor.
A comic book accurate Lex Luthor. Yes.
It's the Josh Zodiac podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the greatest podcast you've never heard of. That is, of course, the Josh Zodiac podcast, the podcast that has no real agenda and no script, as far as you know that is. This is the podcast that, even though we didn't talk about it on the show, and I do apologize, as my brother would say, has a hot date tonight, going to get some barbecue. She recommended a barbecue spot, looking forward to it, and I think we're doing a movie. So, yeah, we did a recording early because I have a hot date, as my brother would say. So, and she did ask if I would give her a shout out. We didn't do it during the regular show, but you get your shout out right here. Lot going on. Definitely moving away from the movie review this week. We did the Superman review. I do need to go back and redo that episode because I forgot to put our perspectives of myself and Scuba in there. So that will be done probably down the road. I'm not going to do it today, obviously. I got more important things to worry about. So, but we're doing wrestling news this week. We do briefly talk about the Mortal Kombat 2 trailer that dropped a couple days ago. We were going to talk more heavily about that, but a news story dropped in my lap on Facebook that I wanted to talk about. It was very near and dear to me about Jesse the Body Ventura. So I wanted to talk about that. But as always, Charles, he didn't say the C word this time. I gotta give him credit for that. Charles did not drop the C word this episode. So definitely that's a bonus in any world. That's a bonus. But we do talk about Saturday Night Main Event and Evolution. Of course, we talk about Goldberg and Stephanie Vaquer and then Jesse the Body Ventura. So this is definitely an episode if you're. Again, we're taking a break from the movie review. Next week, however, myself and the Psycho Nerd will be reviewing. We're doing our perspective because we've had 4 if you count the one that never got released. Fantastic Four movies. We'll give our perspective of what we're expecting, and then we'll do our review once we watch the show because he's watching it the same night that I am, just in different cities because we're not in the same city. But we'll definitely do a review on Fantastic Four next weekend. And then after that, we have the 2-day SummerSlam event. We'll be doing our picks and then our review of each night like we did for WrestleMania. And I think Charles said something about doing a live, so we'll be doing that as well. So make sure if you're a fan of the show, of mine or his, to keep an eye out for that as well because there'll be more information about that as well down the road. But just want to make sure everybody out there like, subscribe, follow, and comment on all forms of this show on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, on Spotify and Apple. Please give a rating. It's awesome. It puts the episodes out there, as well as the YouTube page. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, click the little bell to know when the new episode drops out. They usually drop on Sundays, but every now and again I might get a little froggy and throw an extra one out there. But definitely want to be more engaging, focusing more on the YouTube page than the Spotify page. And as of now, we are sitting at 32 followers on YouTube. So I want to say thank you for you followers out there. But I want to get that number up to 50. I want to get the number up to 50 by the end of August. So 18 people, if you're watching this show and you're not subscribed or following, click that button. It's free. It's less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Seriously. Like, subscribe, follow. I cannot emphasize that anymore. And you can even see older episodes on all of those realms as well. I will say the episodes have gotten better. The sound quality has gotten a lot better too, because I've upgraded to Rode mics and mixers versus the USB mic I had at the beginning. It's just fucking horrible. But anyway, like I said, we'll be talking about nothing but WWE and just a little smidgen of Mortal Kombat. So stick around. We'll be back with Charles and the Psycho Nerd right after this.
In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light!
All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. Again, this is the Jazz Zodiac podcast. And with me, as always, my new partner in crime up here in the left-hand side, the host of the Charles Richardson Show, Mr. Charles Richardson. How are you, sir? On cue, man. Every time they just fucking love Charles. I don't know what that's all about.
He is speechless.
And of course, the creator, the host, the proprietor of the Psycho Nerd podcast. Wow, what the fuck are you doing over there? Oh shit, the host fucked up again. Nerd! Wow. And I said I wasn't going to do it. And yeah. Now, let me try that again. The host, the creator, and the proprietor of the Psycho Nerd podcast, none other than the Psycho Nerd.
Who is he? He's an asshole, sir. I know that. What's his name? That is his name, sir. Asshole. Major asshole.
No, his name is Psycho Nerd, not Major Asshole. Wow. I need to talk to Dark Helmet about that. That's just not cool.
Hey, it's douchebag. Get it right, bitch.
Anyway, real quick, we'll just very briefly talk about the before we get to the wrestling. The new Mortal Kombat 2 trailer dropped a couple days ago. Charles, what'd you think? You looking forward to it?
I looked forward to a second one when I saw the original one. And then when the second one came out, it dropped kind of like, a deuce that I made earlier this morning.
Damn.
So,
damn.
So I mean, it looks good. It feels good. It sounds good. So let's hope
it does. Psycho.
Oh, I'm excited. I mean, I have fond memories of standing in line at the UA Theater back at Padre Staples Mall back in the day to watch the original Mortal Kombat. And then I saw it 6 more times at Discount Cinema afterwards. So there you go. But with this one, the film that came out in 2021 was a lot of fun. It was a lot gorier than I was expecting. Was. It's definitely more like the game. That's awesome. We do have some returning characters. Of course, Johnny Cage seems to be the main highlight of the trailer. But a lot of other newbies are coming in. We got Katana, we got Shao Kahn, we got Jade, Baraka.
Oh, he took notes.
Sindel. Dude, Sindel was in the trailer too. And even, what's his name? Quan Chi is in it as well.
Nice.
So they got a lot of banger characters going on here. I'm very much looking forward to it. And I actually need to go back and watch the one from a few years ago. It's been a while.
Agreed. My take on that, Carl Urban as Johnny Cage, I think is spot on. Seeing him in The Boys, I think this is a perfect casting. But I've been saying this since the Dread movie came out so long ago. Carl Urban as Batman. 100%. Carl Urban is Batman. It needs to fucking happen.
Ooh, there's an idea.
That's all I'm going to say about that. We're going to move forward from that. We got some news stories in the WWE. We're not going to review Raw and SmackDown because I'm not going to lie to y'all. I didn't really fucking watch Raw and SmackDown. I just caught the highlights. I know SummerSlam is starting to shape up. We have matches coming. Notably, what happened on SmackDown last night, Cody and Cena signed their Cody signed it. Cody made Cena sign it as well. But they're having a street fight in Jersey for the title. That's going to be interesting to watch, which means no holds barred, no DQ, all that fun stuff. But the first thing we're going to talk about is last weekend's Saturday Night Main Event. Now, I want to know, did y'all think it was as good as advertised, or did it flame out quicker than Goldberg's career? We'll start with the Psycho on this one.
It was unfortunately, after rewatching it last night, the 4 matches that we got, it was lackluster. It was very lackluster. It wasn't that good of a show. The best thing on the card was the match that didn't even get the finish because Seth Rollins got injured. That was actually the most fun match on the card up until the moment he got hurt. Everything up to that, what was it? Jimmy versus Solo. It was okay. It wasn't that good of a match. Orton versus Drew McIntyre. The only reason that match existed was setting up this special match at SummerSlam with Jelly Roll and Randy Orton. So I got to say, though, that particular match at SummerSlam it feels like a throwback to the old WCW matches when they would bring in celebrities.
Yep.
You know, like, you remember. You remember.
They had Dennis Rodman there for a while. I know they had Carmelo was on David Arquette, who won the title. We're not talking about that.
Jay Leno. Remember Jay Leno was in a match? Remember that shit? Yeah, Jay Leno.
I'm going to say, for me, the best part of the show is when they rolled the credits. So it's like, it's finally over.
And I'm sorry, but I know we're going to talk into more detail, but the Goldberg-Gunther match?
Yeah, it was shit.
One of the worst main events I've ever seen.
Yeah, man, that's saying a lot.
In my opinion.
Charles, you did not watch the show. Correct?
I dabbled into it, and I know enough about the matches that I can make my own analysis on it.
Okay.
The fact that the main thing that happened on Saturday Night's Main Event is Jelly Roll really speaks volume as to the quality of this fucking PL non-E. It speaks volumes that Jelly Roll was and by the way, to his credit, he goes ahead and dumps Logan Paul through a table on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Fucking great. I mean, listen, that's the way they did more advertising on ABC than they did here on NBC.
That's fucking hilarious.
Solo and Jimmy, I mean, listen, Solo's winning matches the way he should be winning. Yeah. Not to say it was any good. And unfortunately,
he's a heel, so he should do it that way.
As far as Seth Rollins goes, the only way this match, I think this is also a little bit why it went more stale the rest of the night. With Seth Rollins being injured, I fully understood that he was going to cash in at the last match.
Yeah, that was the assumption. Yeah.
So it did end up being lame. Goldberg's last match, I know he's going to complain about it, but listen, you're going up against Gunther, who, whether that was your choice or not, I don't know what the details were, but apparently he is not happy the way he ended it, and he's probably going to go to AEW for a retirement streak there for whatever reason. I mean, whatever. I mean, that's what I've heard. But when you face Gunther, what do you expect? Nobody expects you to last 5 minutes in the ring, and you actually put on 15 minutes of 20 seconds of boring go to sleep before the final bell. And frankly, in classic form on how the show was going, you get cut off mid sentence like the fucking Sopranos. So congratulations.
I got that reference. I feel like
very
Captain
nice.
America. I got that reference. Yeah. But you're saying that match was 5 minutes and like 20 seconds of total boredom.
15.
Now I understand.
No, it was 15 minutes. Yeah.
But,
roughly.
okay. I understand now why Goldberg passed out. He was tired. It was time to go to bed.
Yeah.
It's past his bedtime.
He's 130, man. He was late for the the early bird special.
I mean, he probably didn't get his he probably didn't get woken up from his nap or get his applesauce before the.
You know what? That's a valid argument.
His prunes and everything. So
yeah. I did watch it. I will say, I can sum up this show in one soundbite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. And I went back and watched. I watched just the Gunther Goldberg match, and when he had Gunther in that jackhammer, it did not land right. It was all shoulder. Gunther landed on. Gunther's lucky he didn't get hurt because he legit landed most shoulder, not enough back. So, and of course, they cut Goldberg's speech off like, "Oh, we gotta go. It's network TV. We gotta cut it off." I think they had it on Peacock. Again, when the match was over, I turned it off. I'm like, this show's over. I'm not watching anymore. This brings up another point is that I think they're doing too many of these main event shows. It used to be they would do 2, maybe 3 a year. We've had like 4 or 5, and it's not even. It's just the summertime,
I don't mind them doing Saturday night's main event,
but make it hard worth watching.
Make it interesting, goddamn.
Make it interesting, and especially right before a big PLE. I'm sorry, no, you don't need. And that's a whole nother argument that we can have another time about the whole overdoing of the PLEs at this point. But I do want to move on to the other show that same weekend, Evolution, that had really no build-up, but yet it stole the show. No pun intended. It was a banger of a fucking show. It was really, really awesome. We had some surprises. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched it yet, but do watch it. It was a great fucking show. This was a banger of a show, but I want to know from you guys, what was the match of the night? Charles, I'm going to start with you.
You got to go, and from what I heard, you got to go with Naomi cashing in the last one to end it.
Yep.
Like I said, I got to go ahead and watch the show and find out. But from what I heard, Io and Rhea were going at it. Io is going to be one of the best wrestlers in the female brand.
Yeah.
Naomi decided to go ahead, even though she freaking spoiled the match. You got to go ahead and hand it to her. She capitalized on it, and she's playing off on it. And now they get a triple threat.
And yeah, that sets up the SummerSlam match. Psycho, what did you think was the match of the night?
See, at first, I rewatched it last night, all the matches, and here's the thing about this show. Even the least favorite match on the card was still a decent match for what it was.
What was the least favorite match on the card?
The Jordan Grace match, the NXT title match.
Oh yeah, cool.
And see, and this is what the point I'm trying to make here is that all the matches were great. The Battle Royal was great. Almost every match on the card was a title match, which was awesome. This is the Night of Champions that we didn't fucking get. Thank you very much.
The Women's Night of Champions. Yes.
No, yeah, that's exactly what this show might as well have been the WrestleMania for women, because that's what the fuck it felt like.
Yeah,
like every
100%.
single match was awesome.
Yep.
And even that match, it wasn't great. I felt like the girls were getting a little slow and sluggish about halfway through the match. I started noticing a little bit of fatigue, but it was still a good match for what it was. But for me, I got to go with the main event, even though the opening match for the IC title was also really good, like really good opener.
Yep.
But God damn it, Io Sky and Rhea, they tore the fucking roof off. That match was popping the whole damn time. You had the crowd chanting, what was it? Oh God, what were they chanting? This is wrestling.
Yeah, they were.
Did you catch that?
Right.
They were chanting. You don't hear that chant often. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever heard that chant before.
Not from the men, especially. You know what I mean?
It's wrestling.
They had to pipe that in so everybody was catching along.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Do what you got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And I agree that Io Sky Rhea Ripley match, and they kept playing the whole Rhea Ripley has never beaten Io Sky, and I'm sitting there thinking, oh fuck, Rhea's about to win because they keep fucking prying that, and then you hear like the fucking ref takes a fucking bump from hell. She took a drop kick, and she's a trained wrestler, by the way, and she's like, I'm done, I'm dead, I'm not coming back. They go out of the ring, have a street fight in the fucking crowd, go back in the ring. And then Naomi's like, fuck this, I'm cashing in, hits fucking Io with the briefcase, gets the pin, she's the champion. I could see no other way to end that show, but it wasn't my favorite match of the night.
Okay,
No,
so what was?
It was a great match. And I agree with what Psycho said. Every match on this card was fucking phenomenal. Even the NXT Championship match, I'm like, I don't know enough. I know enough about Blake Monroe to know that she was making a heel turn that night. I just didn't know when, and we got that. If you haven't been here before, you already know what my favorite fucking match of the night was.
Oh, man, you're so biased.
It was the fucking Intercontinental with my future wife, Becky Lynch, pulling up the upset against all odds, doing the fancy pin on Bayley, and gets the 1, 2, 3. She is still the Intercontinental Champion. Boom. The man has left the fucking building.
Can we just agree
about that?
We can agree that was a great finish to that fucking match,
that was
by
the
way.
best match of the night, sir, and there's nothing you can say.
Hey, I just praised the fucking ending of the match, man. Come on now. That was a great finish, dude, for real.
You know I write that slant pretty fucking hard. Anything with Becky Lynch in it, it's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I know. You're writing her, what was it Charles called it before? Her Dirty C?
Oh, no. We don't want to say that word.
Yeah,
again.
We don't want to say that.
No. I lost a friend because of that. That's okay. But that's okay. That's a friend I was okay to lose. But yeah, great show. 100%. 10 out of 10. This show is phenomenal. And
you brought it up. The main event, the whole thing about Rhea Ripley never beating Io. The fact that Naomi cashed in, that was a clever fucking way to keep that shit intact that they can use later on. That was actually brilliant in the grand scheme of things.
And fun fact, that was the first title defense that Io Sky had done since WrestleMania.
That's kind of sad, isn't it?
Normally I'd be upset about it, but I'm like, you know what? If you're going to lose it like this is the whole, Cena going through hell in a fucking chamber match, bloodied up, and then Edge is like, oh, I'm going to cash in now. They beat the living shit out of each other, and she took the ultimate opportunity to win the title. See nothing wrong with that.
Let's see where she goes with it.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about the Saturday Night main event, which was Goldberg and Gunther. Goldberg has gone to social media because that's what you do when you're upset. You go to social media and you bitch. And he complained on social media that he thought his retirement match was lackluster, and his speech got cut off in the middle of it on television. Psycho, what are your thoughts on that?
Look, man, he wants to complain about how the match is lackluster. It's like, okay, dude, you were wrestling Hulk Hogan in WCW back in 1998, bro, because they mentioned it so many times. That is almost 30 years ago. The fact that you look like you're still in good shape and that you want to try to get in the ring and try to do a retirement match, kudos to you for doing so. But here's the thing. That match was boring as all hell. I rewatched it and I kept an eye out. 85% of that match was punches, chops, and kicks. The rest of the match, I will break it down for you right now because I took fucking notes.
Of course you did.
There was a barrier bump. There was a ref bump. Gunther attacking Goldberg's knee, taunting his son at ringside. His son jumping the guardrail. Security showed up to put him back over the guardrail, which, that's bullshit, because in real life, if a person jumps that guardrail, they're getting fucking tackled. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, that's 100% real.
We got our spear jackhammer, which, as you said, was not very pretty. And then Goldberg lost to the sleeper. Okay, as simplistic and boring as my analysis of that match was just now, watching a 15-minute match of exactly what I just described, consider yourself lucky that you heard it instead of watching it, because I'm sorry, that match was just
Wow. I love that analogy. You know, if there was ever a cue for that fucking nerd soundbite, now is the time, because this fucking nerd took notes. I don't take notes.
What are we waiting for?
Boo! Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are we waiting for?
Yeah, you know, I could not sum that up any better. Charles, I know you didn't watch the show, but do you want to add anything to that?
I can't follow that.
No,
I can't follow that.
I will say this, and I've thought about this for the past couple of days. This is a man who, when he was having his feud with Undertaker and Brock Lesnar a couple years back, came out to the ring, headbutted the door, cut himself open, and gave himself a fucking concussion. But yet he wants me to take him serious. I'm sorry, dude. You're not. And I take nothing away from the people that Sting did it till he was like, what, 80? You know? But here's my thing. Goldberg, back in the 90s, was a gimmick to try to sell tickets to WCW and to try to outrate WWF at the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he was. Once Mick Foley won the title and it shifted from WCW to WWE or WWF, his time was over. And I watched some of Goldberg's matches. They're back in the day. They're fucking boring. 2-minute matches, if that. And it's like I was watching The Ultimate Warrior. You know, it's like, I'm gonna run to the ring really, really fast. Oh my God, I'm really tired. You know, it's the same shit. You know, it's boring. It's been done to death. Why he's in the Hall of Fame, I do not know. He does not deserve to be. I don't give a fuck what his record was. He was a fucking gimmick. He's a fucking monkey in a sailor suit. Period.
They mocked him in WWE.
Gilbert.
Yeah.
God, Gilbert was fucking hilarious.
Not only that, I'm going to say this. Goldberg did all of his stuff that would be Hall of Fame worthy in WCW, which is owned by WWF now. You don't deserve a fucking retirement. You've already had it. You didn't do the shit you did in WWE. You did in WCW. I feel no sympathy for this man. And if you want to go to AEW and embarrass yourself again, more fucking power to you. But you're going to go where all great WWE legends in the past decade have gone to die. Edge is slowly out the door. Daniel Bryan. Moxie's not doing too horrible. But even Paige or Soraya, who's no longer there. You know what I mean? If you want to go to AEW and embarrass yourself and get that paycheck, more power to you. But at the end of the day, I think you need to hang up your fucking boots and walk the fuck away, because I'm done watching Goldberg. I'm done.
What was he expecting exactly? Because that's what I'm not understanding.
He was expecting pomp and circumstance. Oh my God, Goldberg, he's the greatest of all. No, he's not.
No, I'm talking about the retirement match. What was he expecting?
I think he wanted to win the belt. 100%. I think he wanted to win the belt.
After that performance, he doesn't deserve it. I'm sorry.
There's no.
I mean, there could have been a storyline where he did win the belt and Seth Rollins comes in and cashes in.
That was probably the original idea.
You know what? That makes me wonder, though.
That if Seth hadn't gotten hurt, I think that was the idea. That okay, we'll let Goldberg have that moment. We'll let him have that Drew McIntyre moment till Punk screwed him over, and then Seth cashes in. And at that point, I'd have been okay with even. It's well documented that I don't like Seth Rollins, but at that point, I'm like, I'd rather it be on him than Goldberg.
But let's take it from that perspective. Goldberg's a wrestling guy. He knows how the business works.
Yeah,
he knows there's going to be audibles.
You would think.
You are not going to take your final match, quote unquote final match, win the belt, and not get it taken away from you automatically.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would go out with a 3 count rather than getting, choked out maybe. But what were you expecting? You have Mr. Chop Chop against Mr. Spear. What are you expecting? What do you exactly were you expecting some high flying dramatics? Yeah. No. You're ground and pound, grind it out, two boring fuck faces. I mean, you got bitch face over there, and you got over here. I mean, it's just
I get it.
It was a boring match to just listen.
Yeah, I mean, on paper it should have been fucking gold, but in reality, it's
boring.
like if it was Goldberg in his prime, it'd have been a whole different game. I guarantee. Gunther in his prime versus Goldberg in his prime. Oh shit, that would have been a banger of a match. I guarantee it.
That old fucking son of a bitch lasted 15 minutes in the ring after injuring himself by training.
Yeah,
You know, just number one is baffling enough. Maybe that's your highlight, is you lasted more than 5 minutes in a ring. That's your highlight.
There you go. Walk away. Take your paycheck and go the fuck home.
Yes.
They could have just as easily had this match been 5 minutes, and I don't think anybody would have. I don't think it would have mattered at all.
No, not even a little bit.
We would have had the exact same quality. You could have just shortened it up a bit.
Yeah,
seriously.
Why were they dragging it out? Because of time?
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
You just ate into retirement speech time there. So I mean,
keep this note too, is that I'm sure the LA Knight Seth Rollins match was supposed to be a little bit longer, and they called the audible and said, "End it now. Take the pin and end," because Seth looked like he was pissed. I think he was more upset than he was hurt.
Who can blame him, dude?
Again, man, and it's the same fucking knee every time, and he doesn't wear a brace. He probably should think about
he might want to think about it. That match it was only 7 minutes in before he got injured, and maybe another minute and a half before they decided,
it wasn't even on the springboard moonsault. It was when he did that swanton and his knee kind of buckled.
No, he did a springboard off the second rope.
No, it was before.
It was before that. They showed it. They showed his knee kind of landed kind of awkwardly, and he kind of hit the ground really hard, but he kept going. And then he
hyperextended an already bad knee.
Yeah.
And so it made, hyperextension, all right, maybe, not that severe, but when it's already a bad knee, it's, I mean, Paul Heyman made it out to be like, we're telling you it's going to be 8 to 12 months. It ain't going to be that way.
Or this is all some fucking plan by Seth Rollins, which would not, it's all story. I doubt it.
I doubt it is.
But you know what?
Here's what makes you think it's not a story. Because as soon as the doctor, fake or real, as soon as the doctor left, LA Knight went ahead, hit the BFT and counted 1, 2, 3. There was no more movement at all.
And it was
real.
And kudos for Seth for taking the L. You know what I mean? He was probably supposed to win that match anyway. But he took the L, like, you know what? I'm fucking hurt. This is fucking end it and be done with it.
Yeah. They were probably talking to him and say, listen, you just want me to call the match? Just ring the bell that you're injured. And he said, no, fuck it, let me just pin me.
I never saw the axe either. So
I don't think they do that anymore. But I haven't seen that in forever.
They still do it. But I want to move on.
Not if they had like a doctor right there.
Yeah, it's true. That's and they have the doctor out there pretty much all the time now. Just to be
That's
safe.
what I mean. Yeah. So,
moving on, more about Evolution. Stephanie Vaquer was in the women's battle royale to get a title shot at SummerSlam, and she won. And I'm thankful she won. And I put in my predictions anybody but Nikki Bella. And I'm thankful I got that.
Thank God.
So over Nikki Bella. But my question to you, gentlemen, is this push too soon, or should we let her cook? I'm gonna go with Charles on this one first.
Cook it, baby. Cook it.
Yes.
I mean, come on. Listen, if you can go ahead and you're already over with the crowd. As soon as your entrance pops, they're popping. So you already got them in your back pocket. Let's see what you do with it. You got the ingredients. We're going to go ahead and cook and turn that heat up to high, and let's see what you do.
With a devil's kiss.
Exactly.
Psycho.
First off, I agree wholeheartedly. Thank God it wasn't Nikki.
Yeah. When it was her and Nikki, I'm like, oh no.
I was like, okay, please be Stephanie. Please be Stephanie. Please. But you know what? I have no problem with her winning, and I do like the idea of her going to SummerSlam. I feel like that's the logical choice at this point to kind of make it a very interesting match. You know what? Yeah, I say let it roll because what is it? What the hell's her name? Julia already won a title herself, and she's only been on the main roster about as long as Stephanie has.
The same time. Yeah, the same time.
And you know what? It'd be different if she was a newcomer who literally just walked in the door and got a title shot. You know, that it'd be a whole different story. But she is established. She was a former NXT champion. So you know what? I say go for it. Like he said, the crowd's already behind her. She's already cooking. Yeah. She's doing really well for herself. Hell yeah, let's do this.
I agree with all that. That yeah, she's established in NXT. She was the women's champion, all that stuff. But I think, and I'm gonna be the polar opposite here. I think they should give her a shot at the Intercontinental title first. Do what they're doing with Julia. Let her work with that title. That's a mid-card title. That's a working woman's title, so to speak. Just like the U.S. and the Intercontinental for the men is a working man's title. It's a stepping stone to the bigger picture. I think they should give her she should be the one to take Becky down. And that's hard to say because I want Becky to have it forever. But in reality, I think if anybody could beat her, it'd be Stephanie. And she needs to run with that title just to show us what she can do with it, not put her right up there with Tiffany Stratton right away. And not only that, but if Stephanie wins and she beats who I guess Tiffany, no. Oh no, she's got the match at Clash in Paris, which is after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So if she beats either Jade or Tiffany, she's on SmackDown, and you have the two hottest new commodities on the same brand. I don't think that should be the way it is. I think they should be on separate brands and then maybe collide them later on down the road. But I don't think we should give her the World Heavyweight title just yet. Make it a great match, but I don't think she's quite there yet. Let her lose, let her appreciate it more, but give her a mid-card title first before she gets the big one. That's just me. Julia's doing the same thing. She's running with it. She's doing her thing. And she's probably doing more with it than Chelsea Green did and whatever Selena Vega did with it, which was absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah, but Vaquer has got the crowd more than Julia.
But that goes back to the whole Jey Uso thing. Like, just because you're over with the crowd doesn't mean you deserve a title shot.
But take a look at her wrestling and Julia's. They're both awesome.
Oh yeah, no argument. No argument.
It's not super kick and yeeting going on here. There's actually shit going down.
Yeah.
I think both women are deserving of it, but I think Stephanie has got the hot hand right now, and it could very well be at Clash in Paris somebody else that takes it because it has not been determined who she is facing. She's going to face a champion, but it's not determined who.
But see, here's my take too on that. If she ultimately wins at Clash in Paris, that means if she's going to win that title at that show, then Tiffany has to win. Why would you put the title on Jade just for her to lose it 2, 3, 4 weeks later? 0 sense. If you're going to put the title on Stephanie, Tiffany wins, and I don't think Jade's ready either. Give that bitch a fucking Intercontinental or a U.S. title shot. Seriously, she's not ready. She's still green. She's greener than my fucking hat. You know what I mean? Seriously. I love Jade. I think she's great for the sport, but at the same time, I don't think she's ready. She's still not there. So, and I called her a bitch, and I apologize. I didn't mean that. But
how dare you, sir?
Fucking whole dipshit over here called Becky a cunt. So,
Yeah, how dare you talk about Jade like that? She's part of the Cocoa Butter Coalition, sir. You don't talk about her like that.
I'm not trying to get the show canceled. Why would you do that?
Hey, you said it first.
Sorry. Who's gonna cancel the fucking show?
Sorry.
But I'm sorry. I didn't know you were working for those fags at CBS.
Not it. Not me. I didn't say that.
Not it.
Nope. I ain't touching that with a 20-foot pole.
Hold on. I gotta find it. Hold on. Where is it? There it is.
The opinions of Charles Richardson do not reflect those of the Just Zodiac podcast.
That's right. Charles Richardson.
That's what I said, Richardson.
Yeah, Richardson.
Yeah. Going back to the whole Stephanie thing, I mean, at the end of the day, there's no guarantee she's going to win anyway. But
I will say this. She has the hottest move in wrestling right now with that devil's kiss, which is how she took out Nikki Bella. I'm like, that's fitting to take out Nikki Bella in that fashion. I thought that was pretty awesome. But going to our final topic, and this one, again, we were going to talk more about the Mortal Kombat trailer up until about 2 hours ago. And then I saw this news story. This kind of hits home for me because I do commentary for a promotion back home. Jesse's Body Ventura is some of the embodiment that I try to bring to the commentary table for Apex back home in Corpus. But Jesse Ventura was pulled from commentary for the most recent episode of Main Event due to his comments about how the match ended between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre at the last episode. He called it total BS that Priest just walked out the door versus pinning him or climbing over the top rope. Now, I already know Charles's opinion, so he's going to go last. Psycho, do you agree or disagree with what the pulling Jesse from commentary?
I disagree because at the end of the day, it's his opinion. And last I checked, we're all entitled to our opinions. And I mean, it was well documented in the last episode that he was not happy about the way things go with that. Because back in the day, you couldn't do that. The steel cage matches had to be put together. It was 4 pieces of the cage that were literally stitched together right before the match.
Yeah.
And there was no way of going out a fucking door. It's just the way it was. But
that's a valid point. I've totally forgotten about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they even had a cage match at WrestleMania 2 of all places. So, but on the other hand, Jesse needs to remember this is not the 80s anymore. This is the current times. So you know what? You got to change. You got to roll with the times. Now, on the surface, do I like the fact that you can just walk out the fucking door and win a cage match? Hell no. I don't agree with that. As far as I'm concerned, if you're in a cage match, there should be only 2 ways of winning. Pin, submission, or escaping the cage. That is it. There shouldn't be this, oh, you're laid out. I'm just going to walk out the door.
And the ref opened the door for him, too. The fucking ref's like, oh, come on through.
Like he's ref, I'm going to give you a tip later. Oh, my God, you're so sweet. Fuck it.
Okay. Now.
No, I don't agree with them taking him off because, again, his fucking opinion.
Yeah, agreed. Charles and I talked about before we went on the air. He's going to have a hot take on this one, but before he says what he has to say, fucking say it, Charles. Give me that speech.
The opinions of Jesse Ventura could not give 2 shits about me giving a shit. That came out wrong. I don't care. I don't give a shit about what Jesse Ventura has to say about how pissed off he is or how much bullshit it is how to win a match. Listen, dickwad, there's 3 ways to win a match, and that's walking out the fucking door. You want to go ahead and change the rules? Talk to freaking Triple H. Talk to freaking Nick Khan. Go ahead. Talk to them about making the rules where it's now just climbing over the fucking gate like you're trying to escape an attack dog or pin the bastard. So, I mean, is that what you want? Is that what you're bitching about? Oh, I'm sorry, the rules are not the way you expected back in the 80s when they had to manufacture and actually put together the gate on site. So it took 4 fucking hours before the match started. Sorry about that. Damn. Okay? It's a little bit different nowadays here. Welcome to the 21st goddamn century, you old fucking fossil. Jesus Christ. You know, you can shut the fuck up, call the match, and appreciate the way it's been handled. You know, nobody gives a shit if you think it's BS because nobody thinks you're worth anything anyway now. Go to fucking bed in a freaking 6-foot hole.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be the heel commentator here. God damn.
That's a fucking shoot right there. God
that's
damn.
A fucking shoot. You know, I hate to say it, but I agree with him. I get it. I know. Psycho's like, what? Yeah, I agree with most of what he said. Oh, I agree with him. I agree with him because I get it. It's not the 80s anymore. And like Psycho said, the cage was just 4 pieces that came together. It was blue. It was easier to climb out of, by the way.
Yes, it was.
This is a fucking fence that's made into a cage that is a little bit harder to climb out of. And it doesn't kill people like Jimmy Superfly Snuka did. Sorry. that was kind of a low blow, but those that know. But I agree, you know, times have changed, things are different, and it's all about the safety and the well-being of the wrestlers. I would hate for someone to try to climb out the top and then fucking fall. I don't want to see another Owen Hart. I don't want to see that happen. So, yeah. So I get why they do it, but I also get Jesse's side of it as well, you know. And he's entitled to his opinion. I just think that they shouldn't have pulled him from commentary. You have an opinion, that's fine. There was, unless fucking Jesse was going to be like, dude, this match was so fucking boring. I went to IHOP and got myself some moons over my hammy or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Done. That's Denny's. But you get my point. You get my point.
It's Denny's, sir. Come on, man. Get your
whatever. I don't go to Denny's. Denny's, the service is always horrible.
Yeah, it is. But then again, so is IHOP. Ever since COVID.
Well, only at after 2:00 when the drunk fucks are in there. So
any time of day when I try to take Kevin, man, the service is always terrible down here.
That's in Corpus. Come on.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Take him to a bocce grill. What the fuck?
I miss. Well, I did, but he didn't eat.
Oh, whatever.
He sat there and watched me eat.
Did his water look tasty?
yeah, it sure as fuck did. Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I agree with Charles. You know, you can have your opinion, but at the end of the day, just shut the fuck up and fucking call the match. Period. You know,
have your opinion on Facebook, social media.
Like everybody else, have your opinion on social media.
Do that little bitch fest with you know what? Team up with Goldberg, have a circle jerk, and then post about it.
No, I got a better idea. We'll have a fucking retirement tag team match. The new Day versus Jesse the Body Ventura and fucking Goldberg.
That'll be over in 3 minutes.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah,
more like 3 seconds.
You got to give the New Day time to go ahead and self-destruct a little bit.
Yeah, which they already kind of are.
They're in mourning, sir. They're in mourning.
Whatever.
Yeah,
exactly.
In the morning.
Yeah, with their pancakes and their waffles and their bootios.
Bootios, man, bootios.
What was the tagline for that?
Where the hell is Big E been?
They don't make you booty. Is that what the tagline was for the fucking cereal?
Oh shit! I don't remember.
I don't remember the tagline.
God damn, it's been so long.
It's something. It's like they don't make you booty or something.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
Oh,
but one final note I do want to make is that we've been Pat McAfee free for the past 6 episodes of Raw, and it's been fucking phenomenal. Corey,
yes,
Graves
it has.
Where he fucking belongs.
Yes, it has. Thank you.
I know that's another hot take, but Corey Graves, love him or hate him, he was born to do this. Pat McAfee, fuck Pat McAfee. And football season's around the corner anyway. And, you know, we've had part-time wrestlers. I know this is not a part of the agenda that I had, but we've had part-time wrestlers. Now we have part-time commentators. What the fuck is the world coming to?
No, I think Pat's officially done.
Good.
To be honest,
I hope so because Corey's doing a great job.
I think Pat's officially done. He's having all this the commitment that he's having with his show.
Yeah.
He'll still back WWE, yeah, but it's going to be like Titus. It's going to be in a back behind the scenes role.
Yeah.
And I am enjoying Corey Graves. I am enjoying the heel commentary, and I get what you guys are coming from in regards to having 2 different opinions and not being buddy with the commentary team. So I do get it. It does open up for more conversations and more
flows better. It definitely flows a lot better than when you have 2 face or 2 heels. Like, okay, I need a difference of opinion here. So it definitely takes away the flow of the commentary, especially when Corey's
I still like Pat McAfee. I still do. I think he's awesome. I think he's funny. And honestly, the energy he does bring when he is on commentary, I think it's bar none. I think both him and Cole mesh well together, but again, they're doing it as buddy.
Yeah,
Corey and Cole, it's more like, fuck you, Cole. Fuck you, Cole.
The fuck you talking about, Cole? Are you watching the same match I'm watching? Yeah, I fucking love that. I love that about Corey Graves. It's so Bobby the Brain. It's so yeah, it's fucking poetic, and I love that we have that kind of commentary.
Some of his comments are just great.
Wall.
So I wish I would have taken some notes, but damn, some of his comments are
He
fucking
ran out
hilarious.
of paper.
Fucking nerd.
It happens, man.
Well, with that, we are out of topics, so therefore we will end this portion of the show right here. Promote your show, Psycho.
Oh, well, we've got the Psycho Nerd podcast. We haven't done much lately, but, I've got some ideas. I just need some bloody fucking time. Thank you very much.
This British asshole.
Who invited Vivian to the fucking show? What the fuck?
I am the fucking Psycho, and I'm a fucking Gemini, so you don't know which side of the coin you're going to get. It changes at the drop of a fucking dime. Thank you very much.
They're both different shit. I mean, so
I got a jar of that. I got a jar of that.
And also,
Go ahead.
oh no, keep going. Go ahead, keep going.
Oh, you want us to keep going?
Keep going. Come on. What else you got?
You're so stupid.
Anyway, the podcast can be found on my YouTube channel, which is the Repeat Movie Viewer. It's been a rough week for me. I have been trying to get my Superman review up because, quite frankly, I didn't like it the first time I saw it. I didn't like the second time I saw it. But I have now seen the movie 4 times. I've given it 4 chances.
I heard if you can't get things up, there's a couple of pills that can help.
So, yeah, that review will be dropping very soon. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not going to lie. I almost disowned you as a brother when you're like, Superman sucked. I'm like, what?
Well, I'm going to be honest about this. There were 2 things I had to do. One, I had to accept that this is not my Reeve Superman. Because I was comparing it too much to that Superman, and it's like, dude, it's a modern day Superman. You need to get the fuck over yourself. You just need to accept it for what it is. Once I did that, and I had to do a bunch of research because a lot of things I didn't know. That scene where Superman is sitting on his ass while the imp is outside, that pissed me off to no fucking end. But
it makes sense after you watch the movie.
After I did some research, I get it now. I get it.
Since you took way too long to promote your show,
y'all keep interrupting me. It's your fault,
Charles.
I'm gonna go ahead and make this quick before the network cuts me off. It's the Charles Richardson Radio Show, heard live on Facebook and YouTube and a couple of different internet stations. You can go ahead and catch us every Monday and Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will, maybe with more people involved, but we will be doing both nights of SummerSlam live.
Ooh.
So if you are interested in going ahead and voicing your opinion and wanting to go ahead and chat, I will be doing both nights, August 2nd and 3rd, of SummerSlam, where we will go ahead and run down every match that there is. And of course, you can always hear our final conclusions on this lovely podcast here.
Oh, that was a sweet plug. I like that. But yeah. Fuck. Well, if we ever get paid, he's definitely getting a pay raise. So,
yep. And trust me, my show always rises to the occasion.
Wow.
You may fire when ready.
Okay.
Well, and it fires and it blasts pretty good too.
Damn.
Thanks for sharing that. I did not need that mental image, sir. I didn't need it.
Wow. All right. Well, on that note, again, this is the Jazz Zodiac podcast. I've given you all of my spew at the intro that I haven't recorded yet. I do it last just because I'm fucking weird that way. But I want to say thank you for joining us, and I want to thank Charles and the Psycho, a.k.a. Captain Dipshit. Oh, no, it was Major Asshole. I'm sorry. It was Major Asshole. Got to put respect in that rank. I apologize. But I want to
scream too.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to say thank you for me on the show again. Stick around because I will have my hot take for the week. I haven't done a hot take in a minute, so I do have a hot take. So stick around for that. I'll be back momentarily.
This is Last Horseman. Who is this?
This is Flaming Flacco.
Oh, okay, Flaming Dragon. Fuckface. First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face! Now, I don't know what kind of pan-Pacific bullshit power play you're trying to pull here, but Asia Jack is my territory. So whatever you're thinking, you better think again. Otherwise, I'm going to have to head down there, and I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you. You're going to have to call the fucking United Nations and get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from fucking destroying you. I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you. I will fuck you up.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. Hope you enjoyed what we were talking about for WWE earlier in the episode, but I want to do something I haven't done in a couple of episodes, and that is I want to do a hot take. Now, the previous week, myself and my buddy Scuba Steve, we did, and I got to go back and re-edit that episode because I forgot to put our perspectives in the episode. So, I fucked up, I know the host fucked up. And if that happens, nothing is right. So I have to go back and re-edit that episode, and I will repost it, but it will not be a new episode. It'll just be a continuation of the original review of Superman. But we both love the movie for our reasons. He had his reasons, I had mine, but I couldn't help but notice that a lot of people, and this was the week before the movie even came out, that all these fans, I'm not even going to call them by the derogatory term that people call them Snyder bots or whatever, just fans of the Zack Snyder envisionment of the Superman character, and of course the DCU at that point. They were like, we're not going to watch it. We're going to watch Man of Steel. Man of Steel is such a better movie than this movie. And the movie hadn't even come out yet, and they were already judging it. I'm like, give it a chance. If you are a fan of a franchise, you should, embody all elements of said franchise. Now, that being said, I am a Trekkie, and there is a particular movie in the Star Trek franchise that I just do not like, but I tolerate it because it's part of the bigger picture. And that, of course, is Star Trek V. Now, granted, Star Trek V, at the time, there was a writer's strike. They didn't give them the budget they needed. And plus, William Shatner had his own ideas of what to do. The movie was just doomed from the beginning. But with all the controversy with James Gunn taking over, and I'm guilty of it too. I was like, James Gunn, it's going to suck. I'm just as guilty. So this is why I'm on this soapbox now to, if somebody, you're going to listen to somebody who's done the same mistake as you more than somebody who hasn't done that mistake because they don't have a basis to base their opinion on. But I'm saying all this, saying, oh, Man of Steel is a better movie. I know, Scuba, I hit on it, but I want to hit on it a little bit more. I don't want to make this a very long, hot take, but Man of Steel was okay. It wasn't a great movie. It wasn't a horrible movie. It wasn't the Quest for Peace Superman movie, but it wasn't the Green Lantern movie. And those that know me know that I will die on that hill. Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, Ryan Reynolds was not that bad. The suit, but I liked the movie, obviously. And now that we have Guy Garner, my boy, Guy Garner in the DCU now, I'm happy. But again, The Man of Steel was a much darker toned movie. And Zack Snyder is notorious for doing darker toned movies. Now, I'm not saying I didn't enjoy the movie. I love the movie. It's great for what it is. And I thought Amy Adams as Lois Lane was the best version we've gotten since Margot Kidder, the girl from Returns. Superman Returns felt like a CW made for TV movie, and I know I will die on that hill too. But my point, the point I'm trying to make here, is that people are not giving it a chance. This is a great movie. This is the comic book accurate interpretation of Superman. He is a fucking Boy Scout. He is a good guy. He sees the good in everybody. And at the end of the movie, he gives that speech to Lex, like, I hope for the sake of humanity, you realize that you're human too. And it's just like, wow, despite all the shit that Lex has done to not just him, not just the crypto, but the entire world, he is still seeing good. And of course, we all know Lex is just a bad seed. Superman will never see it otherwise. But just after all that, he's like, I hope you find your way, and I hope it's a good way, and for the sake of humanity, which might lead to something down the road, by the way, if you're not into the comics. But people aren't giving this movie a chance, and it's such a better movie. I'm not saying it's better than Man of Steel. I'm not saying that. But for me, it does have that Guardians of the Galaxy tone to it, and I like that tone to the movie. It made sense. I don't need my Superman to be overpowered. I need my Superman to be leveled. And even then, we didn't really talk about this a whole lot. Superman is coming off of an ass whooping from the Hammer of Bravia. He gets recharged, heals all of his wounds, and he's only at 83% when he goes back. So he's not fully healed. And then he gets captured or turns himself in, gets affected with kryptonite for a extended period of time, sleeps it off, and yet he's still not 100%, and he fights, spoiler alert, his clone. And if you haven't seen the movie by now, that's on you. He fights his own clone who is stronger than him and is able to beat him. And at the end of the movie, he finally is able to go, oh, now I can rest. It's like the Emperor from episode 3. He's like, it's over. I can rest. I can hang out. I can take off my boots and I can just fucking, straddle the couch and watch some home videos of Mom and Pa Kent. I want my superheroes grounded. I want them to be just as human as I am. Granted, some of them are not. I get that. But I don't understand the hate. If you're a fan of Superman, I am. Most people I know are as well. You should go out and watch this movie. And I'm not getting paid to endorse this movie. I'm not getting any kickbacks or none of that bullshit. But I just don't understand the hate. And no matter what you say about the new Superman movie online, on social media, all these Snyder fans are like, nah, it's trash. What, have you seen it yet? No, I haven't. Then why are you judging the movie you haven't seen yet? Spend the couple of bucks. Or if you're like me and you have the Cinemark movie pass and you got a freebie in the back pocket, fucking use the freebie. You don't lose anything. And, I know other movie theater like Regal and AMC have reward programs. Fucking use a freebie. Fucking do it. Who the fuck cares? You're not losing any money out of it. It's just like subscribing and following this podcast. It's fucking free. You may agree or disagree with what I have to say, but it's fucking free, and that's a horrible plug for my show at that point. But the point I'm getting is that we really shouldn't be the way we are as far as anything that we like or dislike. There needs to be a valid reason for why you don't like something. I don't like seafood because it made me really sick one time and I don't like it. I have logistics for it. It's not like, oh, I don't like the smell of fish, I'm not going to eat it. No, I fucking ate fish and got really sick and that's it. I was fucking done. But my hot take is just that. Just fucking be better. 100, and again, I'm in the same boat. I've made those mistakes too. Be better. Be a better person. Granted, I'm not saying be Superman because nobody can be Superman, but strive for better. Help that person across the street or let that person in traffic over. Just little things that you can do to make the world a better place. That's all I'm saying. And I'm hopeful for the future of everybody. I'd like to see that Star Trek utopia that we have been seeing for the past 50 plus years. But I just think that we need to be better people to each other. And I think it starts with this. If you hate it, if you watch it and you don't like it, that's fine. I have no beef with that. And you're wrong, but I have no beef with that. But if you don't watch it, and this is any movie in general, if you're going to boycott a movie and I don't like it, have you seen it? No, I haven't. Then fucking watch it. Or you know what? I guarantee you a lot of these people are going to watch it when it hits streaming services, like when it hits HBO Max, and they're going to be like, oh, fuck, I should have seen this in the theater. And I think it's that good of a movie. And I understand that COVID kind of killed the movie theater thing for a minute, because even Thunderbolts didn't do that good. And Thunderbolts is a great fucking flick. So anyway, I'm off my soapbox now. That was my hot take for this episode, which will conclude this episode. I want to thank you for joining me again. Like, subscribe, and follow the show. Just search the Jazz Zodiac Podcast. You'll find the video on YouTube, the audio on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartMedia, and also Amazon as well. TikTok and Facebook page, the Jazz Zodiac Podcast. I post memes, news stories, and even little snippets of the podcast on TikTok and YouTube now, just to help promote the brand. But get those likes up there, guys. Like, comment, all that stuff. Help me promote the brand. I like to think I have a lot to say, and I like to think my opinions are valid. Granted, you may not agree, and that's fine. We're not here. We can agree to disagree. We can still be friends. That being said, I am the Jazz Zodiac. This is the Jazz Zodiac Podcast. And remember, in a world of Superman, be the Green Lantern.
It's the Jazz Zodiac Podcast.
Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen.
I was frozen today!